On this edition of Tacoma Report, you'll learn about preventing flooding in your neighborhood. We'll also talk with City Planner Elliot Barnett about the Tacoma Mall Sub-Area Plan and find out where people can get help with leaving domestic violence situations. Welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Anita Gallagher. Planning is underway for the new aquarium at the Point Defiance Zoo. The zoo's 52-year-old North Pacific Aquarium is failing and has been weakened by decades of saltwater corrosion. A new aquarium will continue the long-lasting tradition of highlighting Puget Sound marine life while showcasing some exciting new species. Construction begins on the new aquarium next summer, with the grand opening expected in the summer of 2018. For more information on the zoo's capital projects, including the aquarium and renovations to the Rocky Shores and polar bear exhibits, visit their website. Making sure sea life has the proper environment is important at the zoo and in nature. The city's Office of Environmental Policy and Sustainability invites the community to participate in a free, three-part climate conversation series. The meetings will take place over the next 3 months, starting this month. Series topics include climate change risks and climate policy as it relates to pricing and environmental action in Tacoma. The series will focus on climate risks and what can be done to help reduce pollution and improve our local environment. For more information on the Climate Conversation series and to RSVP, visit their website. Tacoma Water's proactive conservation measures along the water-saving efforts by its customers have helped give the first fall salmon runs a better chance to successfully complete their life cycles on the Green River. The fall migration of Chinook and coho salmon is underway in the critical river habitat below Tacoma Water's intake facility in East King County. Both runs are federally listed as either threatened or species of concern. Thanks to customers helping to conserve water over the summer, there's enough stored in this watershed reservoir to allow extra water releases that are helping the fish migrate.
Because we have a regulated system, this time of year we have something at our disposal that typically you wouldn't have in a drought situation, which is a reserve of water that we can then basically provide a man-made or human-made flood event or high flow event at a time of year, especially in a drought, when you wouldn't see that. At the right time, just when those salmon are coming in and need it, we bump those flows up for them.
Biologists say the runs look closer to normal because of the additional water releases. The fish are now reaching Tacoma Water's capture facility, so some can be collected for state and tribal fish hatcheries. There are other salmon and steelhead runs coming this fall, so customers are encouraged to continue helping to conserve water until the seasonal rains return to the watershed. Your daily commute may be impacted if you travel over the Schuster Parkway Bridge. On October 6th, the city closed the bridge, which is located near North 30th and McCarver Streets in Tacoma. The closure is necessary to perform rehabilitation that includes a deck overlay and expansion joint repair. The bridge will remain closed for about a month to all vehicular and bicycle traffic with detours in place. The project schedule is weather dependent and subject to change. Updates will be posted on pre-construction signs set up in the area. Coming up next, I'll be joined in studio by Associate City Planner Elliot Barnett to discuss the Tacoma Mall Sub-Area Plan. Joining me now in the studio is Elliot Barnett, Associate Planner with the city. Welcome to the show, Elliot.
Thank you so much, Anita. It's great to be here.
So you're here to talk with us today about the Tacoma Mall Sub-Area Plan. So first, can you explain what a sub-area plan is?
So a sub-area plan, it's a planning term, of course, but the first thing I would say about it is it's a tremendous opportunity for a particular neighborhood or a particular area of the city to get some things done that may be important to them. It's a focused planning effort, and the official final status is it will be adopted as part of the comprehensive plan. So it will be a policy guidance document for the city. But like I said, first and foremost, it's this opportunity to focus in on a particular area of the city where there are issues and opportunities. Maybe we're expecting a lot of growth and change. And so we've chosen an area, and we get to really try to tackle those questions and problems early on. And I should mention as well that we're also doing an environmental impact statement, or also known as an EIS in the business. So an EIS is actually taking a look at the plan and then figuring out what the potential issues are in terms of utilities, traffic, other neighborhood issues and concerns, and figuring out what needs to happen. So if you take the sub-area plan and the environmental impact statement together, you really have a chance to go from a vision statement all the way down to what are the specific issues and how are we going to address them and tackle them. So it's a big opportunity for a particular area. This will be actually the fourth sub-area plan and environmental impact statement that the city has done. You may be aware that we now have 3 for the entirety of the downtown area, and those have been in place now for a year to couple of years, and have been, I think, really successful in getting people interested, getting people engaged, and encouraging investment and development.
So it's very exciting, and can you explain why the Tacoma Mall neighborhood was chosen for a sub-area plan?
Absolutely. Yeah, so the Tacoma Mall neighborhood, first of all, it's not only the Tacoma Mall itself. It's actually 485 acres area, which includes the Tacoma Mall itself, as well as several other areas around it. Roughly, it's the area kind of west of I-5 down to South Tacoma Way, and as far south as about 48th Street. So it's a large area, and it is designated in our planning documents as an area for growth of jobs and housing. And it's also designated in the regional plan as the right place for growth and development. So we are expecting that kind of change and growth to occur in the neighborhood, but we also know that there are some challenges and some issues there. It is a fairly auto-oriented area, which also has not always the best reputation, or has some negative perceptions in terms of crime, sort of a not seen as maybe the most desirable or attractive place to live. So going in, we know that there are some concerns. There have also been some concerns about growth and change that has occurred up to this point and hasn't been good for the neighborhood. So coming in, we have a lot of reasons. We have a neighborhood which is very important to the city and to the entire region as a place for transit-oriented growth and development, jobs and housing. But we know that there are some specific issues about neighborhood, crime, environmental issues, and other things. So that's why we chose to focus on it. This is an area that the city and the city council have been interested in studying for many years now, so we're really excited to have this opportunity.
Oh, wonderful. And I know you've had some design workshops and some community engagement so far, so can you just briefly tell us what the next steps might be?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been through sort of the initial engagement. We're still actually in the scoping process right now, which is where we're asking the community to tell us what the issues that we need to study are. So that's still open through October 23rd. And then coming out of that, we're really going to be developing draft policy frameworks, draft actions, and taking those kind of on the road. Maybe you'll have us back on the show again at some point later. But over fall, we'll be developing draft alternatives and taking them through the council, planning commission, out to the community. Through winter, we'll actually be releasing draft documents out for broad public review. And then coming into summer of next year, 2016, we'll be taking this forward as a fully packaged sub-area plan and environmental impact statement, taking it to the city council and asking for their direction.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on the show today, Elliot. We'll look forward to hearing more from you in the future.
Thank you so much, Anita. It was my pleasure.
After the break, we'll find out how you can help prevent flooding in your neighborhood. When major rainfall occurs, the city's stormwater system could get overwhelmed, causing some city streets and low-lying areas to flood. To help prevent street flooding, the Public Works and Environmental Services departments work to prepare city streets for the rainy season.
Those pre-checks, what they basically do is set the system up so that we can absorb the maximum amount of flow and have everything in as a functional condition as possible. We also ask that our residents take into account and help us out. There's over 18,000 catch basins, and our, my 45 employees can't get to those 18,000 catch basins. So as you see leaves and those type of things, go ahead and clear them off.
In cases of a major rain event, Public Works clears landslides and provides support to the Environmental Services Department when street flooding occurs.
We listen very closely to the forecast, and if a weather storm is coming in, we make sure that we have barricades in pre-located locations throughout the city of areas that we know that are going to be problems with flooding, so that if we do have urban flooding, we can easily and quickly and efficiently go out there and close that street. We also send crews out in advance to clear any leaves and or debris from catch basins.
To find out more about what you can do about street flooding or to report a street flooding emergency, visit the website or call the phone number below. It's the start to the holiday season, and the city would like to remind people that holiday light strands can be recycled at the Tacoma Recovery and Transfer Center. The Recycle Center accepts holiday lights year-round. The center asks that lights that are incorporated into any kind of decorative frame be removed from the frame and recycled separately. For questions, call the Recycle Center. Food banks are also getting ready for the holiday season and are in need of donations. They're encouraging people to donate turkeys, hams, or whole chickens, as well as stuffing mix, canned vegetables, and pie fillings. Each month, more than 45,000 people use food banks in Pierce County. Your donations make a difference for families during the holidays and the rest of the year. For a list of food banks in Pierce County, visit the county's website. When we come back from the break, we'll find out how one local nonprofit is helping victims of domestic violence. The Korean Women's Association has been providing a domestic violence support group since 1972, and its program continues to grow. Megan Snow has our story.
The KWA offers Pierce County residents who are experiencing domestic violence services like counseling, bilingual support groups, family education programs, legal advocacy, and shelter.
Any victim of domestic violence is eligible. So we pride ourselves on being the only culturally specific shelter in the Pacific Northwest. And we have advocates that speak Korean, Vietnamese, Cambodian, Samoan, and Spanish. So we have the ability to serve the limited English-speaking population and the underserved populations. However, we don't deny anyone service. So if somebody calls, regardless of race or ethnicity, and they have a need for service, we will provide that service to them.
The Korean Women's Association's shelter helps victims and their children become self-sufficient to start a new life.
There's no better feeling to watch that victim become a survivor and start thinking for herself and making progress, and then to find her own place and start her life and actually go, move from a survivor to what I call a thriver, who's out there now. She's got a job. Now she can hold a job. Now she can decide what she's going to spend her money on. Everything about the process is really good.
Each year, the organization is able to provide confidential and safe shelter to more than 100 women and families. For Tacoma Report, I'm Megan Snow.
For more information about KWA services, visit their website or give them a call. Many domestic violence service providers and residents attended the 3rd annual Courage to End Domestic Violence rally on October 2nd at Tollefson Plaza. The rally kicked off October's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Remarks were made by City Council members Victoria Woodards and Anders Ibsen, as well as community service providers from the Crystal Judson Family Justice Center, the Asia Pacific Cultural Center, and city officials from Neighborhood and Community Services and the Tacoma Police Department.
As first responders, oftentimes we have the first ability to make an impact, to create a safe avenue, to get people connected to resources, and we take that very seriously. And I hope that we never get complacent in that reaction in our duties.
So it's really critical as we go about this work that we are also mindful of and raising the awareness of the different forms that domestic violence, particularly intimate partner violence, can take, and that we are on the lookout for it, and that when we see it, that we speak out against it.
If you were unable to attend the rally, there are events going on throughout the month at organizations like the YWCA with more ways to participate.
We want the community to see that this is an important issue. We want our communities safe. We want the city of Tacoma and all of Pierce County safe. So the more we keep the doors open, keep the conversation going, keep awareness flowing, the better and safer our communities are going to be.
For more information about resources for ending domestic violence, visit the Courage webpage. This Halloween, a few simple safeguards can help keep the danger out of what should be an exciting, enjoyable fall tradition for kids. Keep kids on sidewalks when possible, look both ways before crossing streets, walk facing traffic, and use crosswalks. Only go to homes where a porch light is on and let kids enter homes only when they're with a trusted adult. When kids bring home treats, check them carefully to make certain they haven't been tampered with. Discard any spoiled, unwrapped, or suspicious items. For more safety tips, visit the Center for Disease Control's webpage. The general election is coming up on Tuesday, November 3rd. Be sure to check your mailbox for voter pamphlets that were mailed on October 9th, and then again for ballots being mailed on October 16th. If you have an election question, need access to voter resources like ballot drop boxes or voting center locations, contact the Pierce County Auditor's Office at the website or phone number below. Well, that wraps up this installment of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Thanks for watching. I'm Anita Gallagher.